Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is this strange light phenomenon that happened in Arizona, and then there was another one where there's a smoke ring floating in the sky. Also have a couple from Reddit. This is a video of a pulsating orb splitting into two. And then another one from Reddit. This is a case from 1991 called the Guardian case from West Carleton, Canada. And here is a clip from the STS-75 tether incident. And this is some type of a filter which allows you to track the movement of these. I mean, I don't think they're crafts. I think these are like some type of bovine, some type of space cows that can only be seen in the infrared. And remember, this thing here is 12 miles long, 12 miles long. And these objects here, they've determined are anywhere from 2 to 5 miles long or wide. And yeah, this, whatever this filter is, it tracks their movement. So, the faster it moves, the longer trace it leaves. And then, you'll also see these things making turns and things like that. And, NASA's going to say that these are ice particles, which is just ridiculous. Let's see. Next video is this video about this humpback whale that was found in the Amazon jungle. So, I don't think this thing swam there. Take a look at that. Also have this article here about this best UFO photo ever taken by Remote Lake Survey. And you can see, I think it was a plane doing some type of survey photography, and they captured this craft here in this one little frame. Also have this video that seems to show a baby waving at something. I mean, in the title it says it waving at its great grandmother, but the father tries to downplay it or stop the baby from reacting, but it's this baby is obviously seeing something in that room, going, what is that? And she's waving to it and stuff like that. And let's see, also have this website here that talks about a UFO that was seen in 1967, and I think this was UFOs that were seen over water, which again, goes to what I'm saying is that, we are not alone on this planet. Again, that is so obvious by this point. And last is this website here about these giant stones that, this one's about stones that were excavated in Costa Rica, but these have been located elsewhere in other places too. And, I just don't think this is anything that was created naturally. So we'll take a look at that. So anyways, let's go to this first video here and take a look at what's going on here.
You can't tell me shit like this, don't you? You can't tell me. You cannot tell me that stuff like that's not like, wow.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just a cloud formation that just so happens to be like that. There's maybe thick clouds here and the sun is just peeking through here, because I know I've seen some of those photographs or video where you can see a giant triangle or a peak. I found out that that generally occurs when there's a mountain, like a mountain peak on the horizon, and the sun is moving behind a mountain peak, and if you're at the right place on the planet, that mountain peak is going to create a shadow. Anyways, there's that on this video, and then there's something else too, some kind of a smoke ring. Here, check this out. Anyways, that's that. Link will be in the description. Let's go to this next video from Reddit. Now, I'm not too sure what's going on here, but let's just play a little bit of this. It's like a 3-minute video. Let's go to the beginning, and then I'm just going to jump ahead, when it splits, because it does this for a long time. Anyways, let me just jump ahead to where it splits. Because, obviously that's not a plane. There isn't I don't think there's going to be like a helicopter or plane just sitting in the same spot in the sky for that long. There, so now it splits in two, like magic. Anyways, link will be in the description. Let's go to this one from Reddit too. Now, this one is only 2 minutes long, and I'm going to go ahead and play this whole thing because, yeah, I don't think anyone on Reddit's not going to hit me up with this, and it's only 2 minutes. So let's check this out.
West Carleton, Canada, 1991. On a small farm, a pulsating, glowing craft was captured on video by an anonymous source. Could this be the first videotaped account of an alien spacecraft landing on terrestrial soil? Bob Exler, a former NASA mission specialist, received the tape in the mail along with strange documents and a fingerprint from a source known only as the Guardian.
In my judgment, the so-called Guardian case is one of the most sophisticated and well-documented UFO cases in history. We have videotape with some physical evidence of that. There was enough information in the package to suggest a landing site where the event occurred. We found eyewitnesses to the event. This was clearly a disc-shaped object with some rather unique-looking appendages.
We don't know what that really represents, but it clearly is the overall shape, and you can see that because the flares in the background are illuminating smoke, which are backlighting this object.
Navy optical physicist Dr. Bruce Maccabee determined that the craft hovering above the field appears to be 25 feet in diameter. He doesn't think it's the work of a Hollywood special effects team.
This was a real event witnessed by some people other than Guardian, which makes this an important case. It's my opinion, it's not a hoax.
Dennis DeHate of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police disagrees. He believes the craft is real, but it's nothing unusual.
Most of the people I spoke with indicated that helicopters had been flying in the area for some time, that the sighting was not that of a UFO. In fact, as far as they're concerned, it was a helicopter.
DeHate analyzed the footage as part of a Canadian investigation.
After reviewing all the information, I'm convinced, and I'll always be convinced, that this is a helicopter.
My response to that is it's a ridiculous explanation. From what appears in the video, does not look at all.
Yeah, imagine that. There's a grown man who looks at that and says, helicopter. I bet you when he was a kid, he probably couldn't fit the blocks into the correct shapes either. Like, what a moron. Or of course, he's probably a government plan expecting, everyone else to believe his nonsense. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to play the whole thing because, a lot of times those on Reddit disappear. But link will still be in the description. You want to check out the rest of it. Now, this video, this is 24-minute long. It's an analysis of the Space Shuttle 75 mission where they were testing some kind of device to gather energy from the sun, sort of like the plasma coming off the sun or something. But they miscalculated the amount of energy that it was going to generate, and it ended up frying where it connected to the space shuttle and then, floating out into space. It unfurls and went on into space. But yeah, so they know exactly what size this is, and this is 12 miles long. This thing is just so far out in space that, this is what it looks like. But this is 12 miles long. So it's like having a giant ruler in space, which is why they know that these objects, and literally there's thousands of them that are attracted to this thing, and they can only be seen in the infrared. And these things are 2 to 5 miles wide. So let me just play a little bit of this. Yeah, and again, these aren't worms. What this thing is doing is it's tracking these things. And the faster these objects move, the longer the track is. And, you can always also see them turning. Yeah, so these aren't like giant worms. These are actually discs, and it's just tracking them. Anyways, not so much going on, but there's there's thousands of these things up there, and they can only be seen in the infrared, and they're up above our heads right now as we're watching these videos. Whatever these things are, I mean, I think they're some type of space cow, like some type of bovine, like giant bovine or something. But I don't think they're craft. I think there's some type of living organism that just so happens to live in low Earth orbit, because there's life in every environment on this planet, under in the planet, around the planet. There's life everywhere. And I think there's some other stuff on this video too. Oh yeah, and the rest of this video is just close-up images of the planet. I think this is from the Cassini craft as it was going through our solar system. Anyways, link to this will be in the description. Now, this video here is about this humpback whale that was found in the middle of an Amazon jungle. And obviously, I mean, come on, you know that there's no way, a whale swam here. And I don't think this was done by a prank. And, this isn't the first time a whale has been found away from the ocean either. So I think this is, again, our neighbors maybe conducting some type of research, and in the same way we discard our scientific specimens, it's probably what's going on here.
These giant whales was discovered in the Amazon jungle. The first question was, how did this whale end up here? The location where it was found is miles away from its natural habitat. The creature was measured to be over 11 meters long and 6 meters wide. It's believed that this whale was around 12 months old. Scientists have taken samples of the creature to try and find out what it passed away from. Many theories have been put forward about how this whale ended up here. One of the first ideas was that a tornado caused the creature to be lifted from the sea. Although tornadoes are powerful, there hasn't been one in this area recently. The next theory is that a giant wave caused the whale to beach itself. This is said to be the most likely explanation, but some people aren't buying it. Researchers have said the following.
Look, they're just going to come up with all of these stupid explanations when, to me, the obvious one is we aren't alone on the planet, and our advanced neighbors were doing some type of scientific research to this poor creature, and when they were done, they discarded it here, like all of the other animals and whales and other creatures that we've found where they shouldn't be. And also, we know that they're doing it to humans. It's going on in our national forest, and the government isn't keeping track of that. We know that too. So there's all kinds of high strangeness that, there isn't a rational explanation for it, but there is a reasonable explanation for it. I mean, it might not be reasonable to you, but it's definitely, it's reasonable if you accept the premise that, that there are other advanced beings on the planet. Anyways, let me go on to this next article here about the best UFO photograph ever taken by remote lake survey. The sharp, high-resolution photo taken of a light aircraft flying over the jungles of Costa Rica shows what appears to be a metallic disc flying under the plane. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Fortunately, no, but, you can see that disc there. Again, one of our neighbors. Let's go to this video here. Now, this video, let's see, Dogtooth. Yeah, I'm sure if I play any of this, they'll ding me with a copyright violation. So let me just tell you, well, let me just play this real quick where the baby actually sees something. Here the baby says, "Who's that?" And then the father's like trying to go and stop it. But anyways, check this out. Yeah, here this is, I think, when the baby first sees. I mean, if it's the grandmother, or I think that's. Yeah, this doesn't look like it's a hospital. It must be their home. Anyways, let me just play just a few seconds of this, and hopefully they won't ding me. Yeah, see, the baby keeps going, "Who's that?" And the baby starts waving. And then after a moment, whatever's in that room with them sits on the bed or stands here next to the bed, because again, the baby's looking right at it. But the link will be in the description. I can't get any more copyright violations, so check out the link. And let's see. Now, this article here, this website here, it's about this UFO sighting, again, over the ocean. because that's where they live. Synopsis. On or about March 31st, 1967, 2 U.S. military air defense radar operators tracked a total of 8 unidentified targets over coastal areas of southern Florida. But you know what? Mr. MBBB 333 is got video of all those crafts that are, seeing on the exact same locations night after night. So I'm going to assume that's a flight corridor. The operators and radar stations were separated by approximately 100 miles. These 2 distinct radar sites were located at Homestead Air Force Base, Florida, and the Army Air Defense Battery on Key West, Florida. The radar tracking and observation lasted for approximately 4 hours. 2 separate UFO flight areas were identified, one off of the East Coast near Miami, Florida, Flight Area A, and the second just off the Florida mainland and north of Key West, Florida, Flight Area B. Object descriptions. The only visual object description was from a member of the Army Air Defense launch crew who commented that one was moving so fast it was like a meteorite, but was flying level. Based on the radar return, the primary witness estimated the size of one UFO as between 31 and 100 feet, which is exactly that thing that Mr. MBB33 is seeing. So this thing has been going on since 1967. And do you honestly think that people in our military or in our government aren't aware of this? And are you going to believe them, when they get on TV and on all these other shows and go, we don't know where they are, or we don't know where they come from. Yeah, they must be, visitors out there. No, they know. They know. And I'm sure people in Congress may not all know. And not everyone in government is going to know either, because this type of information is compartmentalized and it's on a need-to-know basis. So, of course, there are some people who in government who can honestly say, I don't know anything about this. But then there are others who are in key positions. And again, just read body language, right? These fucking bastards lie to us all the time. But anyways, let me go to this last website here about this archaeologists excavate giant stone sphere in Costa Rica. Now, I'm of the belief that these were not stone. I think in the past that these were metal, and just through time that they turned into stone. Again, if wood can turn into rock, why wouldn't metal after enough time turn into rock? It says archaeologists have excavated giant stone spheres in the Diqui Delta of Costa Rica. Diqui, I don't know how to say that. Stone spheres are found on the small island of the Isla de Caño and the Diqui Delta, where over 300 stone petrospheres have been previously identified from the Diqui culture. I hope I'm saying that right. The Diqui culture emerged in the valley of the Rio Grande de Tariba, where they established complex social, economic, and political systems to govern their society. Wow, whatever. You know what? The link to this will be in the description, but they're finding these stones or these spheres all over the planet. And yeah, I'm of the belief that in the distant past that they were not stone, that they were most likely metal spheres. And just through time, they became stone. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.